welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be checking out the MAIZEN seed. Now, if you don't know, Mikey and JJ are very interesting characters, and today we check out the MAIZEN seed. I don't know what's going to be there, I have no idea, but it's going to be super fun. So this is the story of what I managed to find on the MAIZEN seed. So as you guys can see, I firstly spawned in with my diamond pickaxe, not a diamond pickaxe, a diamond axe actually, and my iron axe and my enchanted golden apples. Next, I set off on a pretty cool adventure. I wanted to see if it was possible to find JJ and Mikey somewhere in this world. You see, Minecraft seeds are full of little secrets, and each one has a very interesting backstory to it. So I wanted to get to the bottom of this because I was wondering if there was a possibility that my favorite characters would be somewhere in this world. So I did the best thing. I tried to search for the first clue. Now this boat, I didn't actually spawn in here with this boat. It was just randomly here. So I decided to jump in the boat and then walk along the river because I knew that if Mikey and JJ were nearby, I needed to move quickly because seeds in Minecraft are very quick. You need to act fast if you want to see your favorite characters. So I did just that. It actually managed to bring me to a village, and on the village I knew that these guys would have some information on Mikey and JJ, especially Mikey because he's a pretty nifty character. He said there is a little green baby nearby, and that was the first clue because I knew that Mikey was of course a green baby. Now I just needed to figure out exactly what he meant nearby. Where are his parents? So I'm guessing that this was quite interesting because he wanted to know where the parents were of him. So I just wanted to find out exactly where this little baby was. Now I knew since babies in Minecraft are incredibly quick, if you remember baby zombies or baby piglin, Minecraft baby mob is incredibly quick. So I didn't want to spook Mikey, so what I did was I didn't run around the village because if I ran around the village, he would likely run away because villagers don't run around, they walk around, and if he did see a bright, colorful character like myself, he would most certainly run away. So I just continued walking around the village, searching for baby Mikey. Now I knew if he is lost, okay, then that means he would probably be stuck somewhere or have the aid of another villager. So I did the best thing and I kept looking around to see if I could find him. Next, what I managed to do is I managed to see this thing right here. At first, I didn't think it was real, but I was like, those are the exact colors that Mikey uses. So I went over here and as I opened it, I found baby Mikey sitting right there, looking absolutely adorable. And he says, I lost JJ. So, of course, it meant that I managed to find him, which is good. But why was he a baby? That's what I was wondering. Why was he a child? This didn't make sense to me, okay? Because Mikey is usually a fully grown Minecrafter. But one thing that he was complaining about is that he couldn't find JJ. Now, to his defense, I couldn't find JJ either. I had no idea where JJ was. So I was wondering, okay, how did Mikey and JJ go on an adventure and somehow one of them loses the other? That's not supposed to happen. I don't know about you guys, but usually they don't just vanish, okay? So he was saying and mentioning that him and JJ were actually going to the park and they had an adventure and somehow he ended up here being lost. And this wasn't great because of course, you know, that he's just a baby, he doesn't really know what's going on. And this was surprising because usually Mikey is actually pretty active and is actually always up to nonsense. Maybe he was trying to pull a prank, maybe he was trying to do something crazy, and maybe he kind of got lost. So I then asked this villager, do you know where JJ was? And he said the park is that way. So it's actually pretty simple. I'm guessing Mikey must have missed the signs. So of course I continued on my adventure because, you know, I wanted to make sure that Mikey was able to follow me. So of course, as you guys can see, me and Mikey went on a little new adventure to see if we could find out exactly where our good friend JJ was. So of course we just had to follow the signs. But what was pretty difficult here, while I was doing this adventure with Mikey, I wanted to see and make sure that he got there safely and make sure we didn't lose him. So of course, every now and again, I kept making sure to keep a stern eye on him, and I made sure I had a weapon just in case there was anyone else nearby because of course, you know, things could attack him. There could be wolves nearby, there could be dangerous things nearby. I had to make sure I've kept him 100% completely safe. So of course, when I went down here, I looked and I saw that there was some kind of strange person. So, of course, I told him to stay back, be careful. I had my pistol, and this was a forest hunter. So, I had to make sure this forest hunter didn't attack Mikey, and I had to try, you know, do my very best to destroy him as quickly as possible. Now, luckily, he didn't actually see Mikey. Thank God that didn't happen, because he probably would have easily destroyed Mikey. But of course, the battle was quick, hard fought, and of course, I managed to win. Now, that was pretty scary. That was even worse, because it wasn't the end to our troubles. Unfortunately, while exploring, we managed to see some bear skins, which means someone had hunted the Minecraft bears in the forest. But it also meant that there were more of these hunters. So of course, I whipped out my trusty laser rifle, and I actually managed to laser down another forest hunter. Now, I don't know where these forest hunters were, but all I could think about was JJ safe? And did JJ manage to make it to the park okay? And while I was fighting this forest hunter, I was very, very lucky because I actually dropped down this hole. And then, of course, somehow we managed to defeat him. Now, this adventure was pretty good, okay? But it wasn't good enough, okay? I still needed to make sure I got Mikey and JJ back together, okay? And the forest seemed to be very, very dangerous. And I gotta be honest, I was pretty scared. But that didn't make me give up. We continued on through the forest looking to see if we could find any signs of the park or of JJ anywhere, okay? And now, of course, thank God there was another person there. But I didn't want to fight them this time because I knew that if I did fight them, it was very likely that I was going to end up in some kind of trouble. So I actually tried to build some kind of pathway so that me and baby Mikey could actually find a way across. So of course, as you guys can see him navigating, we're pretty much jumping through the trees here because we don't want him to see us. And if he doesn't see us, which he did actually manage to, he would probably destroy us both, because I was pretty low on health. So we managed to just continue moving on, mining this wood, and eventually you guys are going to see that something pretty cool happens, okay? The forest hunter continues coming after us, of course, and me and baby Mikey are worried, but we do manage to make it across that area. And then, of course, there is a ladder here, which actually allows us to get up. Mikey actually eventually get up, and then, of course, you guys can see we managed to make it to the promised land, the park. So, the only problem now was that I didn't see JJ. I didn't see where he was. So, I had to make sure that baby Mikey jumped down here and didn't, you know, damage himself too much. But luckily he didn't. He just kind of teleported, which was cool. And then, of course, you guys can see that JJ was here. So, JJ, wow. He said, thanks for getting back. And I guess that was the end to a pretty cool adventure. I mean, I wasn't sure why he was a child, because they were still asking why he was a baby. So, yeah, I guess that's a mystery that we'll never really know.